love, light, happiness, joy, abundance, and filled with so much faith. Real quick, can you do me share, please subscribe, please turn that notification bell on to all so you can always update it whenever I put another message out there for you guys. And if you like to donate, you do not have to. It is not a requirement, but it is truly appreciated. The information is in the description box down below. And thank you from the bottom up, but with all of my heart ahead of time to anybody and everybody who chooses to do so, and to everybody who has been for the super thanks and the memberships and everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless your beautiful, gorgeous souls tenfold. Please keep in mind within watching any of my readings or anything that I post that you are in understanding and agreement that I am not reliable nor responsible for anybody's actions but my own. So please only take what resonates and leave what does not resonate for whom it resonates for. Remember, he could be a she could be a he, or else could be reversed. Just don't make anything fit that doesn't fit because you don't want to break your beautiful divine puzzle. Is that how is Mayu? Is that how you say your name? Yes, honey. How are you? Am I saying your name right? Mayu? That's a cute name. Or Mayu? Hey, Jenny. How you doing, honey? Yeah, was that, did I say that part yet? I totally got sidetracked by your name. I'm not sure how you say it. Maya. Good, 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 good. So yeah, please keep in mind when watching any of my readings or anything that and yeah, keep in mind within watching any of my reads or anything I post or in understanding agreement. I'm not reliable nor responsible for anybody's actions but my own. So please only take what resonates and leave what does not resonate for whom it resonates for. Remember, he could be, she could be he, roles could be reversed. Just don't make anything fit that doesn't fit because you don't want to break your beautiful divine puzzle. All right, guys. So yeah, somebody's passing away. I don't know if they already did or there's like no doubt about it. All right. So it was death card, the chariot card in reverse. Somebody they can't move forward. They're it's over. To the death card in the upright. Ten of Swords to in the upright to the death card. What was the other one? So I don't know, and I feel like it's like in the, it could be with the Ten of Swords. It could be with the death and the Ten of Swords. Oh, what was the other card? I forget what the other one was, but yeah, it was all saying that like this person's passing or they did, and I feel like it could be a a painful, dramatic way, okay, or and it's because this the Hangman. It was the Hangman card. It was Hangman to the Death card, so they could try to sacrifice you, right? So yeah, and it's their karma for trying to sacrifice you. I don't know if they passed away. My screen just went dim, so I don't know if they're fading away. Like my screen keeps like dimming, or if it already happened yet. Okay, somebody might be trying to come back in. They might be knowing that they're going to be going. They might want to apologize to. So yeah, my deepest condolences to anybody, to anybody passes. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, Page of Swords. Okay, they're watching you. It's going to be an ending to them too. It's like somebody's gonna say, "Oh Lord, I got the chills. I got the chills. I got the chills." Somebody when they pass, they're gonna see you. They're gonna know like you're gonna be the last thing that they see. It might not be like physically in the 3D, but when they go, it's they're gonna see your face. They're gonna know that it's because of what they did to you. It's gonna be the last thing that they see, and they're gonna know for sure. It's gonna be ending to them spying on you too. And I feel like it could be possibly a publicly, somebody might pass away publicly. I feel like it's going to be something dramatic. It could be an accident. Something that's going to be a scene. Okay. I got the chills all over my body. This feels like really creepy. So I don't know. You might see it. Jesus. You might even witness this. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. I got the chills all over my body. But it's going to be an ending to them spying on you. That's for sure. Oh, this is a really creepy feeling. Yeah, their ships are not coming in. They're watching you and they're seeing whatever they thought they were going to do, the endings that they're trying to, they did sacrificial death ritual on you. And they're watching you and they're realizing they're just shitting bricks. They're realizing what they tried to do to cause you endings is not happening. It's not gonna. 3 wands in reverse. Oh, yep, that's a source truth. Look, that's 1,000,000% truth and clarity. Somebody's watching you, okay? They know they're speaking the truth, okay? And they know the truth is out too. And the truth about them spying on you, lurking on you, trying to be this hawk here, trying to destroy you. You might witness somebody's, oh, Lord Jesus. You might witness this. I hope that's not the case. Ace of Swords. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit. What does the collective need to know? Yeah, they abuse their power. It could be a father figure, an uncle, confirmation. Something could be clearance. You got the Emperor card on the fence. This could be a father, grandfather, uncle, masculine energy. It could be a baby dad. It could be a karmic boss. Okay, that's they're like on the edge here. Okay, they abuse their power. They didn't realize somebody could be like on the edge. And like I said, somebody might want to make something right with you because they know it's over, and they, oh Lord, they want to come invest in you. Okay, they're on. Both these cards came on the fence because they're on edge here. Okay, whatever they did, they abused their power, and right before they go, I feel like they might want to try to get a can of act right and stand in their power. All right, and in the upright because that's the only thing that's going to save them. But I don't think it is. I feel like they're. I feel like it's over. You know what I mean? It's because of them abusing their power too much, or they didn't realize how your authority and your power. Somebody's trying to also knock down your business or whatever you got going on. They're sending a lot of spell work towards you to whatever your business is or whatever you're working on. They're trying to make you. They're trying to weaken your authority and your power. This could be a father, an uncle, a masculine energy that abuse their power. I don't know which way it is. And I feel like it's on the fence because they're trying and somebody's now things are backfiring on to other people. All right. But whatever this is, I feel like whatever your investment is, whatever your business is, okay. And I feel like somebody that's like maybe on their deathbed, they want to right some sort of wrongs, right? They want to come invest in you. All right. Maybe like I said, like they were once before they were in reverse, right? But while they're in a limbo here, okay. And like I said, when they go, they're going to either you might physically watch them, like say if they're in a hospital, say they're in hospice or in ICU, and you get a call, you know what I mean? Hey, so and so is not doing so good. You might want to come in, and you know what I mean? I feel like they're going to maybe say their goodbyes, possibly right their wrongs, tell you what they need to say, and then, you know, something like that. Or they're going to see you when they pass. They're going to be your face is what they're going to know that what do you call it? It's because of what they did to you. All right. So like during their review, like when you die, you have like a whole review. You know what I mean? What you go through, like your whole life flashes in front of you. The things you've done wrong, the things you've done good, who you hurt, who you know what I mean? And they're going to see everything that they did to you and how you didn't deserve it. Also, they're doing something to your business, to whatever your work is. Okay, like I said, they're sending some sort of death towards your business and also your authority and your power. They're trying to shake you. They're trying to knock you down. Okay, your business could have been on shaky grounds for a little bit, or felt like it wasn't. You know, it was due to some sort of dark manipulation. That's coming to an end. All right. So whatever seed you're planting are flourishing beautifully because you're innocent. This could be a father figure. Doesn't have to be, or uncle, because like with a child here, or a baby dad, possibly. You know what I mean? But yeah, whatever you're doing with your business, because you're standing in your power and you're taking the lead, you're a natural born leader. You're very good looking too. Since you kept going and you stayed as innocent as this cute little baby here, if you notice, there's 2 little gremlins in the background trying to steal this baby's money, okay? If you see how the one's telling the other one like to be quiet and they're stealing the money in the background, somebody thought, you know what I mean? They thought that you were that you were like dumb or something that they could steal and you wouldn't notice this, or whatever the situation is. There could be some sort of money that was behind your back that you don't know about too, that somebody was trying to take. They were trying to knock your business. See how my throat's acting up now? Somebody doesn't want me to speak on this. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But whatever your business is, because you've been standing in your power and you're a natural born leader, okay? If you haven't started a business yet, you're going to. You're going to confirmation. All right. And if you already have a business, even if it's like a platform, if you have like a YouTube platform or something, that's a business. It's literally a business. Okay. That's, if it's been on shaky grounds, that's coming to an end. And because of you standing in your power and taking that lead. Right. And if this is something that hasn't happened yet, you're meant to be a business owner. Okay. Because with the Emperor card here and the King of Wands and the upright, both together with the Seven of Pentacles right at the bottom of it, okay? You are a natural born leader. You're meant to lead the pack, right? Confirmation. You're not meant to work for other people. You're meant to have people working for you. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? So if you don't have a business yet, you're going to. And if you do have a business, and if it's been on shaky grounds, that's coming to an end, because the person's been attacking it the most is not going to be here. So you're going to have forward movement in your business, okay, if you, whatever that may be, and whatever seed you're planting, whatever, seeds you're planting are flourishing beautifully. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles, because all your hard work, you've been working hard through all this rough times with all this, everything that's been going on, okay? You've been standing in your power to staying on Ant, and an ant could be significant. Get out of here. I don't want to you, but like, but so yeah, you've been working super hard, taking a lead, okay, in your business or whatever this is. And somebody's been working hard behind the scenes trying to knock it down. But since you've been continuing to take the lead, standing in your power, okay, and working hard, now things are going to be working out beautifully, okay, for you. Just do not give up whatever you do. Yeah, Four of Swords, and you healed, okay? Something you've been praying for, you've been constantly praying for, whatever this is, it's coming in, okay? But you took the time, make sure you get some sort of rest, all right? Somebody's been attacking your finances like crazy in your business, if you have one, whatever you got, whatever your investments are, whatever you're doing, they've been working super hard to try to destroy it, okay? They've been trying to freeze it up. All right, but if you look at this, there's like a gremlin. He looks like he's like whatever this is. It's like ogre looking like thing. Somebody's aging like crazy, or they're not. Some person's passed and they're not doing good. Okay, they're not doing good because you healed from whatever they did, and they're freaking out. And you've been working super hard to heal and to pray. If you're a prayer warrior, that's what you need to be, because the power of prayer is something severe. Okay, some of you don't even be praying, which is absolutely crazy. And that's what's stopping and blocking you. But for the most of you do. But you're a powerful healer, okay? A very powerful healer. And you've been working super hard to heal and to move forward. And for those of you that have been praying over your business, okay, constantly been praying and working, pleading the blood of Jesus, whatever you be doing, or it's working, okay? It's working really hard. So all your hard work's going to be is paying off. When this person passed, okay, you're going to have a lot more forward movement. It's because this person's just been doing the most to try to stop you and block you. Are jealous. Yeah, they've been exposed. You're about to be extremely happy because they got caught. Like I caught these cards here. They got caught. And, they're exposed for whatever this is. So now you're about to be extremely happy. You're about to have, like, God shining the light on your business or whatever you got going on, as you continue to take the lead and continue to fight through whatever the spiritual warfare is that you've been going through, right? So Knight of Wands in the reverse. You have nothing to be worried about. Somebody took some sort of careless, reckless action that they cannot take back, and they've been exposed for this, okay? You have nothing to worry about, right? Because this person's straight the devil. This Emperor card that was on the fence here, somebody's trying to bind your business. They're trying to bind you. This person has a lot of addictions, okay? These addictions are toxicities, not good addictions, not like my addiction, like the plants, okay? I'm talking about bad addictions. They're constantly trying to bind your business, okay? And they're sending a lot of somebody's been working for the devil. Literally, that's what their job is. They, you know what I mean? They're of the dark, and the devil's going to be coming to collect, unfortunately, whoever this person is. But they're constantly trying to bind it, okay? And it's not going to happen, all right? You're moving forward. They took some sort of careless, reckless action. They did some sort of deal with the devil. They did a deal. The Knight of Wands right there in reverse. They did a deal with the devil that didn't go in their favor. All right, because the Emperor card right underneath the devil card, they literally did a deal with the devil, and it backfired. Okay, so obviously, so whatever their deal was, probably part of their deal was to try to stop you and block you. Okay, a divine being. and they didn't expect you to stand in your power, okay? But this person's been working with the devil for quite some time, okay? And they are, I'm not, don't let me, you know, I mean, fake the funk. This person is a very powerful person of the dark, but their time has come. It's their time's up. Yeah, there's a whole 360. This car just did a whole, that was weird the way this flipped. It flipped like this and completely went, and it flipped over, and it also flipped this way too. Yeah, they're in a dark group called Coven Secret Society. All right, that, and they literally work for the devil. Like literally, it's a good versus the evil. You know what I mean? They got caught. Now you're doing a whole complete 360. Somebody, you know what I mean? They're bound to whatever they've been doing. I'm not taking the card because it didn't completely come out, but everything's got shooken up, okay? And Queen of Wands, oh my, what the hell light was that? Why'd that light go off first? That's weird. That light went out early. Somebody's passing away, I'm telling you right now. It's because you're standing in your power and looking damn good, okay? And, you know what I mean? You're a natural born leader. Yeah. The King of Wands right here, this Queen of Wands right underneath of it, both, you know what I mean? That was on the fence. This could be your ex. This could definitely be your ex. Doesn't have to be. But you know what I mean. If you would have been a very powerful couple together, all right. But if they were, you know, but they're of the dark, you're of the light, right? They block their purpose. Okay, they're mad. They refuse to do the right thing. They refuse to change the full card in the reverse, and they block their path by messing around because they didn't realize you were over here standing in your power, and you know, they didn't expect you to take the lead and to keep going, even with whatever, maybe you had some sort of addictions or bondage or some sort that was going on. They're constantly trying to bind you. They weren't expecting you to keep moving forward from this and putting your foot down and moving forward. You're more powerful than the devil. It's your ex. I told you. It's 2 of Cups in reverse. It's an ex of yours. I had a feeling. The King of Wands on the fence to the Queen of Wands in the upright. It's your ex, okay? So it's an ex that you broke up with that is literally works for the devil. They're like you were sleeping with the devil. I don't know, this is the person that's going to be passing away. And like I said, somebody wants, you know what I mean? They might want to come back in on their deathbed or whatever. Like I said, this could be the person that's like, you know, not going to be here much longer, and like they're on like the fence here. They could have been, your ex could have been working with a father figure, an uncle or grandfather. Yeah, you healed, okay, from this person. You moved forward. That's what you need to do. You stood in your power. You broke up with this person. You cut them off, and you chose to heal and then move forward in a very powerful way. All right, and you've been working hard to do this. It's the second time that the 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords came out right after the 8 of Pentacles. You've been working really hard, okay, moving forward after what this person has done to you. And I feel like this person's separated from themselves, okay? Somebody has some major sexual addictions. Page of Swords are spying on you. They're watching, they're lurking, okay? And they're watching you work hard to move forward and to go, you know, your exes. Stop watching the collective, weirdo. Yeah, 6 of Swords are watching you move forward and come out of rough waters into smooth sailing, into straight happiness. You're coming out of rough waters. They're watching you do this, okay? Somebody's actually really proud of you. They're surprised how far you've come, but they still want to destroy you. They're watching you move forward and straight out of like this like dark time. See how there's somebody that's unalived in that boat right there. Your forward movement is protected as well. They're watching you move forward victoriously, okay, and right into happiness, right into the sunset, to happiness, success, abundance, prosperity, and exposure, okay. And like they're being exposed for what they did. I'm not taking the card; it was just at the bottom of the deck. 8 of 10 of Wands, now they're heavily burdened. They're watching you move forward, coming out of rough waters into smooth sailing, while they're over here heavily burdened about this. Because you see how he's blindfolded too? They're not sure what to do, okay? They don't know. That's another thing. Maybe you're not speaking to them anymore, right? That's what you need to do, cut them off, you know, perfectly. They're mad because they don't know what to do. They don't know what's to come, all right? They're trying to stop you, but they can't. And they're worried about being exposed. And it might be your ex, you know, I feel like there's a father or uncle or a grandfather or something like this. There's more than one party here that's involved. They're in a group called Coven Secret Society of the dark. You know, it could be a club, it could be whatever it is, right? They're of the dark, though. They do dark manipulation. All right. And your ex, I feel like, because remember, this is the King of Wands on the fence here. It's either your ex or the father or the uncle or whoever that is that wants to, it could be a baby dad, you know what I mean? But there's more than one party here. It's either your ex that wants to now stand in their power, who abused their power in the past. Maybe they want to stand in their power and do the right thing. Either one is this father figure, grandfather, uncle, whatever this is, passes away. One of them is passing away, and one of them wants to do the right thing. Three of Swords. They're in deep emotional pain, okay? They've worked hard to put you in deep emotional pain. They've been exposed too. They're in deep emotional pain. They're watching you. They're crying. They're seeing you as their happiness, and they're like seeing you happy. Oh, wow, I said you as their happiness. Maybe they do. Maybe it's your ex that wants you back. I meant to say they're in deep emotional pain. They're watching you, crying over you, right? Because it's over. If you look, that woman's holding it as somebody that looks like he passed away, because, like, you know, you made it, you're cold as ice to them, and you want nothing to do with it. Maybe it's like they might be passing. I don't know, but somebody is. All right, they see you maybe right before they go. They're seeing somebody could have had a near death experience. And seeing this like light as like a tunnel. It could be it could be the father figure, because there's a sun over this Emperor card right here, and I'm seeing this as like a tunnel, like, you know what I mean, when you pass and like the white light's coming in. So, and with this person passing here, so you know what I mean. They're watching you, seeing you in deep emotional pain. Somebody had a near death experience. Okay, somebody could miss a leg or both their legs. Somebody's going to be passing away in a very traumatic and like a dramatic, painful way. It could be like it could be a car accident. It could be, a boom. It could be something like that, or like cancer, or something that's like, you know what I mean. I don't wish this upon nobody. I'm just delivering the message that I'm getting. All right, it could be addictions. Okay, it could be whatever. Is whatever there is, but it's because of what they were doing to you. Okay, it's the karma for what they did. Somebody's coming closer to the light, though. Okay, and they see you as their happiness. They're crying over you. They're seeing you happy, seeing you move forward, and it's got them in deep, deep emotional pain. Nine of Swords. They have to give up in the reverse. Nine of Swords. Okay, they realize there's no coming back. Okay, they have to give up. Somebody's giving up. All right, so they realize that somebody's having a change of heart. They see you as their happiness. Maybe like after they pass or right before they're passing or something like that. Somebody, like I said, somebody might want to come back, but they're giving up. They have to accept defeat. They can't go on. You know what I mean? Five of Wands, okay? They were fighting, okay? They took some sort of careless, reckless action that they can't take back, okay? They're in deep emotional pain for fighting over you, okay? And doing, for all the battles that they have made. And somebody's fighting off the devil, okay? That they sold their soul to the devil, and now it's time for the devil to collect, and now they're not happy. Now they're fighting off, somebody can be fighting off an addiction or some sort of bondage or something. King of Swords. Okay, they know that you're protected. You're protected from whatever's going on. I feel like somebody could be changing hearts here, and they might be, fighting for you, fighting off these devilish people. All right, your ex is passing away. I feel like Four Swords in reverse. It could be an ex of yours might be passing away, who abused their power, and I feel like on their deathbed they might be like, all right, look, you know what I mean. Whether they're going to speak it to you or if it's just a change of heart, that they're having within. Yeah, and they're not going to be making it because of your protection. Their health's going downhill. They're aging rapidly. They look way older than what they should. They could be gaining weight. I feel like it's your ex. The Six of Wands in the reverse. They didn't get no victory from whatever they tried to do. It's over for them. They're watching and they're seeing. They're watching you. They're seeing how hard they worked to try to destroy you, and they got nothing out of it. You're still, everything they did just backfired onto them. Somebody was constantly attacking you. They were like, they were just constantly. It was always this relationship was always the whole relationship was very manipulative relationship. They manipulated you the whole time, betrayed you the whole time. There was no rest for the wicked. Okay. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. They're watching you become into this Queen of Pentacles energy. So obviously they were attacking your finances. like I said earlier. All right, they're watching you, like being reliable, responsible. They're also freaking out about this because they're watching you work hard. They're probably watching you at work. I don't know what you're doing at work, like what you do for work, but they're watching you and they're seeing you move forward victoriously and being able. Somebody was like trying to have you. They're trying to bind you to them and bind your business because they wanted you to have to rely on them and depend on them. Okay, and like to have like to come crawling back to them, and they're watching you and they're seeing you move forward and coming up out of some sort of money issues. Now they want to invest in you, and they're also watching whatever you're investing in, whatever your seeds you're planting are flourishing beautifully, and it's because you're innocent. These were the little gremlins that were trying to steal from behind you. They were working. Your ex was working alongside with a father figure, an uncle, or maybe it could. The emperor could be a boss. It could even be a boss. You know what I mean? And they're in deep emotional pain because look, they're in deep emotional pain. They see you as their happiness. They know they're exposed for what they did, and they realize you're innocent, right? And they took advantage of you, though. They thought that like you're very gullible. They looked at you as like a little kid. I feel like there was an age gap in between. They could be older than you. There could be a significant age difference. You know what I mean? At least a couple years age difference, but I feel like it's probably more than that. Could be like a 10-year age difference, maybe more, 15, something like that, 20. I don't know. But I feel like there was a huge age, pretty big at least. They're older than you, right? And they looked at you as like a little child. They looked at you as like gullible. They thought they could do whatever they wanted to you and you would always be there. And they thought that you were stupid, but they didn't realize how intelligent you truly are. And they're in deep emotional pain now because they see you as their happiness. They want to move, they want to invest in you, and it's over with. And they're watching you, whatever you're investing in, and they're realizing that whatever they did, it didn't work because of your innocence and your protection. Maybe in the past, okay, because they're really worried about you being financially stable. Maybe when you were with them, you had to rely on them. Maybe like, you know, they had more money than you, or maybe you didn't have a job, right? Whatever the situation is. And they don't like the fact that you're able to, now that they see that whatever you're investing or that your money is right or it's getting there, that now they want to come double back in and like, what the hell's going on here? They thought that they counted you out, pretty much what it is. They thought that you were going to be nobody, okay? And you know what I mean? They tried to do everything they could to make it that way. Now the tables have turned. Yeah, because you stood in your power. You're a natural born leader. They're watching you. They see your beauty. You're very good looking inside and out. They're upset about this. They're constantly, you know what I mean? They're realizing, they're going back in their heads. They're like, what were they thinking? You're a very beautiful person, not only on the outside, but on the inside. And I feel like you don't realize how beautiful you really are. You probably have, you probably don't even think that you are. It's because of the way you're treated, okay, by other people, but you're very beautiful inside and out. All right. And they like this person is not as good looking as you. Not this. I'm just. This is what they're thinking. Okay, they're older than you. They're looking at themselves like, what were they thinking? They had it all with you. You're a very good looking, natural born leader. You know, you get the attention everywhere you go. People are always looking at you like they had it all with you. And I feel like in the past it was a money issue. Maybe your money wasn't right, right? And they're seeing you get your money. Now you're like the empress or the emperor in the upright. You have everything that's in the upright, and they're really, you know, upset about that. But they're constantly thinking about your beauty, and I feel like they do some sort of manipulation when it comes to they're attacking your sacral chakra. Most likely they could be trying, you know what I mean, somebody's a real, like I said, this person has a sexual addiction, okay, some sort of like, they have not only a sex addiction, they have like weird kinks and stuff, like they have some weird shit going on with this, in that department that's being exposed as well. Fetishes. Yeah, the hermit in the reverse, they're being forced to go inward because they refuse to do the right thing. Okay, you're coming up out of hermit mode. If they've been trying to isolate you, they've been abusing their power to try to isolate you. All right, they're seeing you, and that's why they're attacking your finances so much, because one, they want you to come crawling back to them and have to depend on them, and to also go with the lies that were spread about you. And they also, because of your beauty, okay, and just from the inside and out, anybody would be stupid to pass you up, right? So they've been trying to keep you, you know, they're trying to play God in your life, pretty much. They want to isolate you, right? But now they're seeing you, they're watching you come up out of hermit mode. Now that you got money, though, you're about to get money, okay? If that's been keeping you in, all right, like indoors, maybe because you haven't had money to be able to go out and do what you want, that's coming to an end, all right? So now you're about to be extremely happy. They're seeing this, and this person's now being forced to go inward. They refuse to do it themselves. And I feel like it's either an accident or like an illness or something that's going on where they're being forced to go inward. Like, you know what I mean? The tables are now turning, and they're realizing that they fucked up big time. You know what I'm saying? There could be a karmic mother figure involved, or a baby mom. All right, somebody, Empress in the reverse. It could be mother, an aunt, a sister. It could be, it could be, it could be your freaking neighbor. It doesn't matter. But it's somebody who's all the queens embodied in one in the reverse. Pathological liar. They're not creative. They're just, you know what I mean. They abuse their power. They're just a very jealous, envious type of person. Okay, they could be stuck in, feel like they're stuck with this person, with a baby mom or something like this. Or this could be your mother figure or aunt or something that's involved in this. Justice, okay, in the reverse. They're trying to do some sort of soft justice. Somebody's fighting off a case that's not going to go in their favor. It could be like a child support case. It could be whatever it is. But there's a court procedure that's not going in their favor. They're fighting off. Okay, they're trying to fight off some sort of like. They're trying to also do some sort of manipulation to stop you from getting justice, but that's not happening. All right, there could be a wrongful justice call in the in the courts as well, possibly. Somebody could be going through a divorce with a hierophant in the reverse. I mean, when the reverse, okay, she has a wedding dress on, they could, like, that could be part of their karma too. They could be maybe married to somebody they don't want to be with, and they could be fighting a divorce or child support or something like that that's not going in their favor. Or it could be a criminal case. There's something in the courts that's not going in their favor that they're fighting. There's some sort of, like, you know what I mean? Maybe they have, I don't know if they're on parole, if they have some sort of legal issues, something like that's happening where it's not going in their favor as well. There is some sort of protection order here as well. You are divinely protected by the justice system, okay? They're fighting for you. They realize that there was a lot of injustice that was done to you. Someone took some sort of careless, reckless action against you that was completely unjust. And that's why, but that you were protected from, all right? And to you and to your business or whatever you got going on. And you got people fighting for you, okay? In the background, page one, just continue focusing on your goals and whatever you got going on. Your ex's whole goal was to come in and be unjust to you, to try to isolate you, to keep you down and out, and to fight with you. They were paid to do this. This is part of their whole thing, okay? They never thought they could get you anyway, but I feel like this was like a bet or something, or they paid somebody, okay? Yeah, their goal was to come in and recklessly do this, okay? Or that they're now, maybe their goal is to come expose what was done, okay? Maybe on their deathbed. And because look, their goal was to completely give up the Nine of Wands in reverse. They can't go on. They realized what they did to you was completely unjust, all right? And it's not right. And I feel like they're living, like they're about to be passing, all right? Or something that's going on. Or when this if it's not them that's passing away, this father figure or uncle or whoever this is, that they were once working with is passing away. And maybe that's the only reason why they did what they did was because of this other party. And you know what I mean? And their goal, though, is to give up. This is what they're planning on doing. They're planning on giving up because they know they have to, right? It was completely unjust what they did to you. They realize you're too protected. And I feel like their goal is to expose maybe this father figure or bring the truth maybe on their deathbed, whatever the situation is. Something like that's happening here. Three of Cups, they're not happy about this. Cups in the reverse. They're not happy about this. They're not happy about somebody standing in their power. That's exactly what it is. All right, so if it's either your ex or this father figure or this boss or whoever this is, this emperor figure, whatever this is, somebody's not happy the fact that somebody is now on they're not doing so good. Okay, so now what their plan is, their goal is to get in the upright, the king of wands in the reverse, that on the fence that was once in the reverse, and I guess now like their life is on edge here. They want to get in their goal is to expose everybody, expose what was going on, because they realized it was completely unjust and they're scared of what's about to happen to them. So either this person's passing away, and after this person passes, your ex's goal, what if it's the other person, your ex's goal is to come tell you the truth about what happened, because they want another chance with you. They see you as their happiness, whatever situation is. Or if it's not that, then it's them. They're going to be passed and they want to expose what was going on, before they pass away. That's what they're planning on doing. They're not happy about this at all, though. They're not happy at the fact that they're bound to whatever they did. Okay. And I feel like they made some sort of, they're bound to this father figure, this father or uncle. They made a deal with the devil. They've been working with this person. They feel like they're under this person. It's like, the emperor figure is above your ex. Okay, so I don't know if they're in whatever this group, cult, coven, secret society, this club, whatever it is that they're in, like they're both involved in this. Okay, and they have to go by his orders. He's higher up. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, they came in with. They're not happy at the fact. They wish they would have came in with an actual, the father figure, whatever this is, or whatever was sent your ex in. Okay, to give you some sort of false love offer. All right, it was either paid or, you know what I mean. It was all scripted out. The whole deal was he was supposed to come in, he or she, I feel like it's he, was supposed to come in and treat you like crap, bring you down, make you feel low, and possibly to get rid of you. All right. But now your ex wishes that they would have came in with a solid love offer. But I feel like what they're planning on doing now, because they're not happy with the fact, because now they actually want a relationship with you, right? And they realize what they did was completely unjust. And I feel like maybe they're not going to be here much longer, or they're going to be going to jail for a long time because there's some wrongful judgment. There's some sort of they're fighting a court case that's not going to go in their favor. So maybe they want to right their wrongs before that. Maybe that could even be it too. Maybe they're going to tell on, maybe they're planning to get themselves out of less trouble, you know what I mean, and expose what this father figure did to you. I don't know, or this uncle or whatever it is. All right. But they're not happy that you don't want them back. And I feel like they're going to possibly get right and tell you and come honest and clean it and tell you about how they were working with this father figure to come up against you, and how now they want to actually offer you a love offer, but it's not going to happen because you're already healed from this person. This person can't move forward from you. They're stuck on you. Six of Wands, you're getting the victory. They're going to do this. They're going to tell the truth. Okay. And they're going to do this because that's the only way they're going to be able to get this victory here. They're watching you. They're seeing you work super hard and how hard you're working to get victory, success, public recognition, possibly even fame, right? And it's happening for you, okay? And they're not happy because now, like I said earlier, maybe there was something about a money issue or something like this, or maybe you weren't going places in their eyes, you know what I mean? In their eyes, when, you're doing pretty much say like you're doing a lot better now than when you were with them, right? There was something major change in your life since you were with this person, and they're watching you work hard to get this victory now. Now they feel like, they feel stupid. They wish they would actually, came in when they had the chance with you, because when they were with you, you truly loved this person and they know it. They know you did. You know what I mean? There was no doubt about it. It was true love. It was real love. And they never thought that you were going to leave, okay? And they're in deep emotional pain about this because they're seeing confirmation. They're seeing you happy. They're seeing you in alignment. They're seeing you move forward victoriously. And they're watching you get this generational wealth, okay? 10 of Pentacles. I didn't even realize that was at the bottom of the deck. All right. So maybe they could have did some shit, okay? Well, let's not get there. But you're getting the victory here. You're getting generational wealth. Whether you're creating it or if it was something that was left to you that these people tried to, I feel like it could be your business, okay? You're no matter what, you're getting this. It's generational wealth coming to you, a lot of money. You're gonna be able to leave money behind to, and it's right over top of the Queen of Pentacles too, okay? That you're gonna be able to leave money behind to your loved ones for generations. Three of Pentacles. There's a bad collaboration that failed, okay? So they're going to expose about the fact that they were working with this father figure, this uncle or whoever it was to destroy you, right? And to get rid of you, probably to snuff you out, you know what I'm saying? And get like a life insurance policy on you, whatever the situation is. But it was a failed setup, okay? This whole collaboration failed, and they've been exposed for this. Now you're about to be extremely happy because whatever this is, it's been exposed, okay? And they're seeing you, so and now the ex that wants to come expose this, okay? I think it's because I feel like they're in legal issues, and there's something going on behind the scenes, whether you realize this or not. They got themselves caught up in something, all right? And there's a court case that they're fighting that is a criminal case, I feel like, and it's not going in their favor. And they could have maybe tried to set you up, right? I don't know, but that didn't work, okay? Because you're protected, the justice is protecting you. And I feel like maybe they're telling on the father figure or whoever it was that they were working with to come up against you. And they don't want to work with this father figure anymore. They actually want to, you know what I mean? They want to work with you, but they're going to jail or passing away, something like that. 10 of Cups, okay? They want to have a family with you, but you're about to have a happy home, happy family, okay? And you know what I mean? You're about to have wish fulfillment in your family life as well. Okay. They've been fighting. They could be fighting with your family members. Okay. Whoever this person is they were once working with. All right. But you're about to be extremely happy if you've been wishing for a family, hoping for a happy family. Somebody's trying to put roots on you. Okay. And they've been exposed for this. Your ex could have maybe the way you split up. I feel like they have a family with somebody else, the Empress in reverse. Confirmation. You might not even know about this, or you might. They could have had kids behind your back. I feel like it was with somebody else, and that's why they left you, or you left them. But they were purposely starting fights with you because they really got some other girl. They could had some female knocked up, is what it was. You're a female. This is a masculine I'm speaking on. Or you could be a masculine too. I don't know. Put the roles where they fit. But they had somebody knocked up, a female knocked up. That's why, you know what I mean? They ended up treating you even worse, okay? Purposely was to push you away. They were purposely doing this to push you away because they didn't know what to do. They were backed into a corner and they got the other female knocked up. They might not even be, you know, or maybe she was pregnant. It might not even be his kid. All right, but you're protected, your family's protected, okay? If you've been praying to have children, you're going to have a kid, okay? Or if it's family, if you want to you know, if you have kids, you've been having family problems, whatever the issue is, that's getting cleared up, okay? All right, and yeah, keep your sword up. If your ex tries to come back to you, they're going to want to, okay? Keep your sword up. They're upset because, you know what I mean, they wish they had a family with you, and you're cold as ice, and they know that you're speaking the truth about what was done to you and what they did to you. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, Tower. Yeah, they're going through a major Tower moment, okay? There's somebody's addictions, okay, is tearing their life apart, all right? But you're having they're not happy at the fact because they're going through chaos, destruction, upheaval, and mayhem, and they're bound to this, okay? With the Devil card right here, and it's due to their own, they try to send it to you, but you're protected from it, okay? And yeah, somebody's passing, yeah, they're passing away. And it's from what they did to abuse their power. They're bound to it, okay? Whatever this is, and they know that's why they're on the edge. Whoever it is, the father figure or the boyfriend, the ex or whatever. All right. The only way to repair this is to do the right thing. Is to come forward to expose the truth, okay? To right their wrongs. That's the only thing that's going to save them. If not, they're not going to be here. Someone's not. You know what I mean? It's over with. All right. So they're realizing there's going to be a bombshell that's going to be exposed about either your ex. Well, about both of them, about what they're doing, because somebody's standing in the upright and exposing the truth, okay? And they're not happy about it. They have to do this. They're afraid of being judged for what they did and their involvement and everything else, but it's what they're going to have to do, and that's what they're going to do, all right? And somebody is going to be passing away, unfortunately, in a very traumatic, it could be, you know, it could be an accident, it could be a beating, it could be, you know, a bang bang, it could be something, but it's something painful, all right? And yeah, wow, bitch, what did I just say? Death card. Somebody could be a Scorpio. Somebody's, yeah. It could be because of their addictions, okay? It could be like a drug deal gone wrong. You know, somebody could have robbed somebody. Something like this is happening, okay? And somebody's not going to be here, all right? They're trying to cause endings to your you being financially stable and to your victories, but it's not happening. They're watching your huge transformation, and they're jealous and envious of this. they're upset because they're in a huge tower moment. They're bound to addictions and chaos, destruction, upheaval, and mayhem. And while you're over here, they're seeing you like just la 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 la, like, and it's like happiness, joy, abundance, prosperity. You know what I mean? You move forward victoriously while their whole world's getting turned upside down, and they feel like you're cold as ice to them. Confirmation. You don't even check in. You don't care if they call or they text. You just keep them blocked, or you just ignore them, whatever the situation is. And what you don't realize is their whole world's turned upside down right now, and somebody's like, they're on the edge. Like, they're either going away to prison for a long time, or they're looking at a long time in prison, or they're passing. But somebody is passing away. It's either this father figure, this uncle, or this grandfather, whatever that is, either them or your ex. It's one. It's. I feel like it's a masculine energy. And with that person passing, like, one's telling on the other. They're heavily burdened, okay? They're heavily burdened now because it's over with, okay? They're heavily burdened about you getting this victory here, about you breaking up with them. They're scared of the unknown. They don't know which way to go, okay? They're realizing they're living life on the edge. They can't heal. They can't move forward. Or they're heavily burdened about you being financially stable. They're watching you, scared, freaking out. They don't know what to do. And about you moving forward victoriously, coming out of rough waters in this smooth sailing, while they're stuck, they're in the reverse. You know what I mean? They're stuck in rough waters they committed. All right, this is a failed collaboration. They wish they would have collaborated with you, and they had it all with you, but no, they want to go play, butt buddies with, with with this father or uncle or whatever this is, this masculine energy, or the Emperor card in the reverse. You know what I mean? They wanted to play around with that person. They thought that you were going to be an easy target, but that collaboration failed. All right, and you're as cold as ice to them. They're pretty much dead to you, right? With this person, in there looking like they're unalived, and you move forward victoriously. They're also worried because that dark magic they did backfired onto them, and they can't manifest a damn thing. They're trying to do some sort of love spell, okay? They're trying to manifest you back. They're trying to manifest having a family with you. They've been exposed for the dark manipulation that they did to you. Then it was completely unjust. This is why this dark manipulation backfired, and why somebody's going to be passing, because it was not right. They're also trying to stop justice, okay, for you. Like I said earlier, they're doing dark manipulation to stop justice, and it's not happening. They're also doing a lot of dark manipulation to keep you stuck and stagnant. Look, to have with the Hermit card, to keep you stuck, to have you stagnant, to have you isolated. All right, and that's not happening. They're also doing chaos magic on you with the Five of Wands here. They took some careless, reckless action that they can't take back, and this is why they're doing chaos magic. They're doing a lot, okay? But they've been exposed for this, and this is why, look, with the Three of Swords right here, they're deep emotional pain. They're also trying to play it around, and they're in deep emotional pain because it's just all backfiring onto them. They're doing dark manipulation on your family too. So if you like to have family fights with the Ten of Cups here with the Five of Wands, if there's, like I said, if your kids have been acting out, or your family members, your brothers, sisters, whatever, if they've been acting out and stuff like that, or treating you differently, it's due to this dark manipulation. They're doing chaos magic on your family. They try to get your kids or your family to treat you differently. That's the Ace of Swords, truth and clarity. And the 1,000,000% truth and clarity has come out about all of this. Okay, and about them doing this dark manipulation. I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's either your ex is telling on this father figure, this uncle, okay, or vice versa. Okay, something like that's happening, but somebody's gonna be passing away. There's somebody's gonna be passing away for what they did. The Knight of Pentacles on the fence. Okay, so you have what do you call it? You have a solid job offer. Okay, either a raise, a promotion, or a job offer that's coming in. And the Emperor card there too. So this is either something that's coming. Either like maybe you're going to start a business, or if you already started one and there's been financial issues, it's due to the dark manipulation that's about to be over with. Okay, and they're pissed off because, you know what I mean, this is something that's supposed to come in. It should have already been here for you, but they've been doing a lot of dark manipulation to try to stop it, block it, and steal it and delay it. Right? They can't stop it. They can't block it. All they could do is delay it. But the delay is over with, okay? So you're going to have a solid, you're going to have either a solid like job offer, or whatever your finances are going to be in your business, okay, or somebody's watching you, or you're going to start a business, whatever the situation is. And while they're scared because they don't know what to do, it's something that you don't see coming, okay. You're about to have major finance. It's going to be a huge transformation for you, okay, in the financial department, if for your business, okay. Is because you standing in your power and continuing to go forward. You're getting this major victory. It's going to be lightning quick. It's going to be happening super quick. It's like out of nowhere. Okay, Six of Pentacles. You're about to get a generous blessing that's coming to you. That's what it is. Something you don't see. Like I just said, it's a generous blessing that's coming to you, to the point where you're going to be able to bless the pockets of other people because you deserved it. Or this could have been something that you already had that was supposed to come to you that somebody tried to take from you, but they couldn't. Knight of Swords, okay? Somebody's being monitored. Somebody could be on house arrest, or their steps are being watched, okay? Knight of Swords, yeah, someone's coming rushing in with two knights, okay? So something about in the night hours, okay? So make sure you're praying with the Four Swords here, with the two knights. So make sure you're praying and protecting yourself. If you're waking up in the middle of the night, that's God waking you up for a reason. There's spell work being done. There's dark manipulation that's being done to you. So especially like 3 o'clock in the morning, midnight, stuff like that. That's the night watches, okay? God's waking you up for a reason. Anytime that happens, start praying immediately. All right, so somebody's been playing around in the night watches, midnight hour, 3 o'clock, stuff like that, constantly. They kept doing it, kept trying to attack you, doing dark manipulation, but now you're divinely protected, and God's been waking you up to pray. And if you haven't done it, you need to. All right, so that's what's helping you and saving you. They're heavily burdened about your protection, you coming forward, victoriously. And we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse, and they're mad because they wish they would have came in with a love offer, but they came in with some sort of fake ass love offer, and they want to come back as a love offer, but you're not going to. And I feel like they're actually protecting you. One of them is protecting you behind the scenes, okay? One of them the one that's having to change a heart, whether it's like the father figure, uncle, whatever that is, or your ex. You know what I mean? One of them is protecting you, okay? They're doing this to right their wrong, so because they're stuck in the rough waters, or their life's on the edge here, you know what I mean? They're about to be going out. You know what I mean? Ever since you separated yourself from them, they're, like I said, you don't realize how bad their life. They could have been acting like everything is Gucci, everything is fine, but it hasn't been. Their life's been going down. They've been trying to work really hard to hide it, okay? But it's not. Their life's getting horribly, and it's because of all the stuff they've been doing. And now that this collaboration's failed, now they want to come and rush and protect you, okay, from this other person and expose them because they see you as their happiness, and they're fighting with this father figure or uncle or whoever this is. You know what I mean? Put the rules before it. 9 of Wands, okay, yeah. There's somebody you continuing. So maybe you do. Maybe you pray night watches, whatever this is. That's what you need to do, or continuing to pray over what you got going on. That's what you need to do. You're persistent. You continuing to go, even during all this dark manipulation. You continue to keep going, standing in your power and moving forward victoriously. But in the night watches, the prayers, okay, the double knights here, and the Four Swords, okay. You constantly doing that is protecting you and saving you. You have no idea how much, especially in the certain hours, midnight and 3 o'clock and 5 a.m. Very important hours, okay? So now you're about to be happy because everything's moving forward. So then this is why somebody's been constantly, like I said earlier, they've been constantly, like religiously, okay, attacking you in the night at watches and in the night hours and constantly, no matter what, okay? But you continuing to pray over whatever you got going, you continuing to show up. All right, and you're showing them down every time they're watching you, see you keep going, and now they're freaking out. But what they didn't realize was somebody is actually watching and exposing these people, and they see the truth. Okay, they block their purpose. They refuse to do the right thing. They don't want to take a lead. They don't want to, you know what I mean? They don't want to. They just want to be stuck in their own little shit, and they're mad because they blocked their path and their purpose. So they're trying to, you know what I mean, block yours, and they can't. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. There's somebody's, if you've been praying, you see how it looks like praying hands right here? If you've been praying for a financial blessing, it's coming in. Okay, if you've been having financial issues, it's due to dark manipulation that they've been doing, these binding spells and everything else. All right, but you've been praying for it, that prayer has been heard, and you're coming up out of the 5 of Pentacles. You're not going to be in lack anymore, okay? Your prayers have been answered. All right, but somebody's mad because they blocked their purpose. They didn't want to take a leap of faith. They refuse to do the right thing, and they don't want to be left out in the cold from you, okay? And now they're dependent on you. Somebody could has like, codependent issues, whether it's like addictions or financially or whatever the situation is, but it's over 10. And if you were had some sort of and if you've been having financial struggles, don't worry, that's over. Your prayers have been heard. Okay. And if you've been having to depend on other people, that's coming to an end. But somebody's being brought down to their knees, just like this gentleman right here. All right, because all that dark manipulation, everything they were doing, somebody's life's getting turned down. Okay, so bad. And like I said, it's going to be a painful way. Somebody's being brought to their knees to act, get a can of act right. That's the person that was the King of Wands on the fence. Okay, because everything's backfiring onto them, so their whole world's going upside down, and they're being brought to their knees to make them repent and do the right thing and expose whatever this is. Okay, whatever's going on. But somebody's going to be passing. Okay, and it's either the father figure, uncle, whatever that is, or your ex, one or the other, or they already did, whatever the situation is. Put the rules where they fit. And they're beefing. There's the two of them are beefing. I don't know, they could be blindly beefing. I don't know. Your ex is beefing with the father figure. That's for sure. Or the uncle. I don't know if like the emperor knows this, but like your ex has some sort of like vendetta or grudge against the father or uncle or whoever this is, that the emperor card in the reverse. Yeah, they've been blindly tracking your steps too. They could have a GPS on you, on your phone, tracking device on your phone or your car or something like this, or they're watching your house. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit. Somebody's watching you like clockwork. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit. You have any messages for the collective at this time, please and thank you. Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. The key to manifesting quickly is to have very high energy levels, and the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising and it becomes its own reward. Get outside, my darlings, move your booties. So yeah, especially if like they're doing dark manipulation to have you isolated, okay, to have you, you know what I mean? They're siphoning your energy. They're doing a lot. So make sure you get up and move that body, darling. Get outside. You know what I mean? You never know who you'll run into. Yeah, there you go. Blockages and obstacles are removed. Beautiful. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Luke 13:32. Donations and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, monies, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. I will not leave you comfort, will come to you. John 14:18. Dreams of abundance, yeah. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your dreams and your desires into reality. Clean energy food. When you fuel your body with healthful organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. Obstacles and blockages are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blockages are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your project. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. Yes, because they've been constantly they wouldn't stop doing dark manipulation. You feel me? This is why you're moving forward too, because even though when you weren't manifesting anything, or like when there was these blockages and obstacles, you kept showing up. You seen the silver lining. You kept looking for the light, you know what I mean? And kept showing up. Since you were standing in your power, kept doing it even when you weren't reaping the reward. Now you're about to have the reward, my daughter. So go ahead, let me think. And that's what's helping you move forward with those. They could even be doing, the person that's having a change of heart might even be doing some sort of dark manipulation to help you out now. To try to right their wrongs. Because they realize it was unjust what they did to you. They're fighting off the devil, okay, from this dark manipulation. Whatever they did, they're going through it. They're going through it. Somebody's scared of the dark. They're afraid to go to sleep. Do they refuse to sleep and stuff because they probably have night terrors and stuff? They could be getting attacked in their sleep. Somebody's hallucinating. Any of these names could be your name, somebody involved or passed on. There's somebody's having a mental breakdown. What the hell's going on? Either your name, somebody involved, or passed on loved one's first, middle, or last name. Somebody might snap. I feel like somebody, please, if you're having anybody's having any negative thoughts, okay, or self-harm or harming other thoughts, please go seek help. You know what I mean? Please not give into somebody. I feel like somebody could be hearing voices or something, maybe. Elaine, Angela, or Ange, or Angie. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, what are some names in the situation? Please and thank you. Somebody's neighbor could have caught a case. Let's Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit. It's got. Sade or Sadie, Lindsay, Virgo, in-laws, Maddie, Matthew, or Matthews could be someone's last name. Justin, love miss you, Mr. Mammy, rest in peace. Tina, Violet, Dan, something about violent, okay? Something about violent. I seen Violet as violent. I feel like somebody's about to snap. Probably because it's chaos magic. They're doing this dark manipulation. And they're not sleeping. They're not resting. And they're like tweaking. Okay. They could even, their addictions. They could have like drug addictions. I feel like somebody's having like a mental breakdown, or like somebody might snap. And like I said, the person might be passing away. It could be something maybe like, you know, somebody snapping and doing something bizarre and crazy. And it's due to this dark manipulation. Something like that's happening. I feel like something violent, possibly. I pray to God it's not the case, but I feel like that is. Dan, Danny, Daniel, or Danielle. Jasmine, Jazz, or Jazzy. Nova, or somebody could drive a Nova. Hello. Shannon. Stephen. Floyd. Leighton. Love. Pete, Peter, or Gary. Sagittarius. You could be a Sagittarius, or somebody involved could be a Sagittarius. JJ, Stella, or Steele. Bro, someone's bro. Adam or Adams could be someone's last name. Moody, Brooke. I said broke. Somebody might be moody because they're broke, and because you're an Earth Angel. Dolores, they're all moody. Yeah, look, they're moody because I find out none of their shit's working on you because you're an Earth Angel and you're divinely protected. Raja, Alan, Fran, Fernie, or Francis. Joanna or Joanne. Aries on the fence. So you could be a good Aries, or could be, or somebody, maybe that's someone's on the fence is an Aries. Nicole, Freddie, or Frederick, or Nikki, Nicole, Nikki, you know what I mean? Casey or Cassie, Enrique, Monique, Joey, Joseph, or Jojo, somebody's neighbors, Robbie, Roberto, Bob, or Bobo, Molly, something about like, yeah, see, Keegan, Kelly, Todd, Carl, Joyce, I got a P. White. Yolanda or Lonnie. Somebody's aunt. Donna. TJ. Connie. I feel like somebody's aunt was involved in a con. Pam or Pamela. Zach or Zachary. And that'd be it, Joe. I gotta urinate. I gotta pee. Alright, guys, that's all I got for you for now. You're about to receive grace. So look at that. I just split the deck and it said grace. Yeah. Until next time, remember, God loves you, so do I. Spread love, not hate, always. And please not forget to give God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit the utmost love, respect. Oh, these are upside down. Love, respect, gratitude, and appreciation for all that they do in their lives. Make sure nothing else is upside down. No. Okay. And please, if you did not hit that like button yet, what is you waiting for? Please hit the like button. Please hit share. Please hit subscribe. Please turn that notification bell on to all, so you can always be updated whenever. That's probably why that freaking ant kept coming over here. Every time I do a reading, there's an ant comes out. Some of these little monitoring spirits. Alright, guys. Good night, sweet dreams. God bless. It is 11 o'clock here. Alright, guys. Good night, sweet dreams. God bless. And you're welcome, Jenny. I bet there is a group of people that knows. I know how to find out who has inheritance left to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they steal. Yeah. Probably. Freaking jerks. Or they take out like life insurance policies on you and then especially if they feel like you don't have nobody, you know what I mean? Or they'll try to send somebody in to marry you, and then especially if they know, like, you know, you're supposed to come into money or something, then they'll send somebody in to try to marry you and then get close to you, then take a life insurance policy out on you too, and then take the money that you're supposed to get, and then plus the money for this sick. Fucked around and found out, though, when they came around, God sent, you know, you in their life to stop them, to serve their asses karma, to get caught up. They thought you were the target just to find out they were the target. Little jerkbags. What's done in the dark always comes to light, though. They wasn't expecting that. But I have a feeling someone's going to be finding out soon. Somebody, either an ex or a father, uncle, or emperor figure. It could be a boss, even. One of the two is passing away. Somebody's passing away. I feel like it's a masculine energy. Unfortunately. Hopefully they right their wrongs, you know what I mean? You're supposed to pray for your enemies, so you should always pray that, you know, they stop what they're doing, stop what they're, you know, they repent from their sins, they right their wrongs, you know what I mean, and make right with, especially if you're praying for that, if you're praying that, like, your enemies, the people that have been coming up against you, I pray for that all the time, that, you know what I mean, because you're supposed to pray for your enemies, but praying that they stop what they're doing, they repent, and they find God and change their life around, that prayer will be answered. You know what I mean? You'll definitely get your justice for that. You know, because you're being the bigger person, and even these people that were trying to, you know, unalive you and everything else and did the worst to you, you still prayed for the best for them to see, you know what I mean? To save their soul. You know what I mean? You're going to get your justice without a doubt. It's going to happen. So I don't know if somebody like has been praying for something like that. It's about to happen. You know, it might be like right at the end, like, oh, maybe they're getting like a, you know, either being brought to their knees because of everything backfiring, and, you know what I mean, or like an illness or something, or they know they're going to be passing and they're scared of what's going to happen, and, you know what I mean, after and they want to right their wrongs before they go, you know what I mean, type of thing. Because, you know, they might not be thinking about the afterlife now, but then when they find out it's their time to go, if they get, like, you know, God forbid, if somebody gets a diagnosis that they only have so long to live, then it's like, oh wait, that's not happening in the future, that's happening now, you know what I mean? And then they start to think about it, because a lot of these people, with that devil card, they have the addictions or bonded. They're on that mindset of, you know, caring about just the here and now, wanting right, that addiction mindset. You know what I mean? Wanting it, you know, not worrying about the future, worrying about, you know, their needs right at that moment. But then when, you know, the ending is coming sooner and it's more real, then they're like, oh crap, you have to worry, you know, start to worry about what's going to happen next. They should have been worried about that in the beginning, but should always be thinking about that. All right, guys. Good night. Sweet dreams. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow.